He looked at her and shook his head. But how do we know if it will work? She looked down. I hope we never have to find out. They make their way back outside of Garland and look around. One of the wasters had set off the car alarm, which caused a horde of wasters to surround the car. Rhonda picked up his rifle. No, I really like that car. She looked at him. We'll find another. Before she could finish, he picked up his rifle, firing 100 or more shots in what felt 10 seconds or less, killing around 50 wasters. They hurried up and sprinted to the car. Vanessa hopped in the driver's seat, turned the car on, and hightailed it out of there. I've never seen so many killed so quickly, she said. I really like this car, he responded. They drove down the road and returned to the Wildy nursery. Walking back inside, they reported the good news to the group. This was short-lived as Charlie wanted to talk to Vanessa now. They went into their room. So you found Exvac 134? She took 3 vials out of her pocket and handed them to him. He examined the vials of some red blood looking like substance. Will they work? He said. I hope. We don't ever have to find out. But I want to give them to you, baby. He looked at her. Why, babe? She looked around. You're going to survive this world. You're gonna build for the future. You are gonna show this group how to live. He looked at her. I want you to have them because you can't die, she said. He looked down, lost in thought. Baby, I'll do whatever I need to do to keep us safe. To keep the group safe. She shook her head. Yes, I know, which is why I want you to have the vials of Exvac 134. We have to make sure that the human race survives. We may be all that's left of it. They hugged each other, and he accepted the vials, and they laid down. To be continued. The following night, around campfire light, the group decided that dwindling resources and fewer choices, that it was time to move on from the nursery once and for all. This wasn't easy for either of the Garveys, but with no choices, they decided they needed to move on. William asked the group, So, what now? Where do we go from here? Charlie looked at him. Like I said, we make our way to the East Coast, head to Washington. If there's any government left, it would be there. If not, we hop on a boat and head to Europe. There's no reason some of the most advanced civilizations came from Europe. Vanessa interrupted him. Charlie, think better, babe. You know I always have your back, but when it comes to this, I'm with William. I say we stay in the U.S. No reason to hop on a boat and risk someone dying of seasickness and ripping into someone else when they go waster. Everyone agreed. She had a point. Oliver raised his hand. What about Fort Knox? Rondo jokingly stated, or Area 51. William chuckled and said, Why Fort Knox? Oliver responded, They kept the gold for the United States, and that place is the most advanced military facility on the planet, literally built to survive things like this. Vanessa shook her head. Yeah, that should work. It's only about a 2-hour drive. We can be there before daybreak. William shook his head. Okay, then it's settled. We pack now and leave immediately. We don't know if that was all the raiders. For all we know, they could be coming back any day now. We move on so that we live. He walked away from the group, and as Charlie picked up a pail of water, smothering the fire that was just embered, poured a bucket of water on over the fire, extinguishing it. Okay, guys, let's get to packing. Long drive ahead. Rondo went into the guest room and grabbed his assault rifle as well as his machete and packed his bags before burning a picture of his family and walking out of the nursery base house for the last time ever. The group got into the car a little tighter than they might have liked, but they had each other, and they had their eyes on the prize, as well as Vanessa's foot on the gas heading towards Fort Knox.